What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode here at Trailside. Today we are starting, and then we're also going to be ending the trifecta on this episode. So we are here at Doozy, and honestly we didn't know what to expect, but the first thing Doozy does to you is it smacks you right in the face with the dam and then a super safe view of a canyon. So we're going to put the drone up, we're going to show you what that looks like, and then we're going to get started, man. Doozy is the last piece of the trifecta. It's the longest. This is the marathon run to the finish, and we're gonna crush it, man. We're gonna hopefully not have any issues. We have a smaller group today. It's gonna be so sick, and I can't wait to finish it. It is about 11 a.m. right now. We're gonna head out and try to crush about 15 miles today. See if we can get 1 or 2 lakes down. I think there's like 5 in the whole thing, and then get to Thompson Hill, get to Chicken Rock, Voyager Rock, whatever you want to call it. Really get it popping. But the views behind me. There's views right there. We're gonna put the drone up. Enjoy. Team, hopefully you enjoyed those drone shots. We're diving right in. As soon as you get past the dam, you're gonna go down about a quarter mile. You're gonna see the entrance to the left, and then Doozy kicks off. As soon as you dive into the Doozy, honestly, it's beautiful. You're driving through trees, kind of just swerving through rocks, and then you have all the big mountain sides on each side of you. So it looks amazing. And this trail, I mean, we're 5 minutes in, and it just doesn't miss when it comes to how good it looks. So we're gonna show you what the trail looks like from our window from inside. It is a little bit dusty, but there isn't anything difficult as of yet. Right now it's, you know, I would say about a 3 at this area, but it's supposed to get a little bit harder once we start getting into like the Thompson Hills and Voyager Rock and whatnot. But we're gonna show you what it looks like. We're gonna keep going. Let's get it. Alrighty, team, we just pulled up. So this is where Voyager Rock or Chicken Rock, whatever you want to call it, but Dusy Ershim, the official start is here. Most difficult, tell you the ratings, all the information you need to know, how to tread lightly, but it goes there, climb all the way up that big old bad girl right there. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna send the Jeep in first, Broncos will follow, go all the way to the top. Let's go.
That was cool. And I had video. Oh, your tail light, you sucker! Hey. Ow! The reviews did talk about tail lights being taken out.
What? Because I was trying, when she was standing here, I couldn't go high right there.
You better not blame it on her, Mike.
What's happening? He gave you slack.
All right, let it out. Okay, Casey.
Alright team, so we got it done at Voyager Rock and now we're just continuing on. Voyager Rock does get really, really tight. You gotta be careful if you're driving a wide girl because that rock does kick you over and it pushes the rear end and then you might hit something. So Mike did blow out a light there in that little section. But we're continuing to move. Everything else is still really, really pretty. We're going in between the trees and everything. I'm gonna show you a couple of the gardens as we go, but we're just gonna keep pushing till we get to some of the main location. Try to break some more miles, get to some lakes, and let's get it, man. Hopefully we make it to Thompson Hill tonight and then knock that out. Let's go. You're good. You're good. You're coming up. You're coming up. You're good. Yeah. Yeah. There he goes. All the way. Ew. Ew. He just called you a double stuffed Oreo, dude.
They make triple stuff. The trail is tight.
like that. You look good in a Bronco, dog.
Yeah, he does.
All of that.
You didn't have a mock up birthday?
Alrighty, team, so we're keeping it moving here. We're about mile marker number 7. We're doing actually really good time. And we just pulled up to one of the cool campsites. So I wanted to show you what the campsites look like. They all have an outhouse. So if it's one of their major campsites, they do have restrooms, which is really nice. And then it's nice and open. Plenty of flat areas, plenty of rocks. I know right now fire season is definitely not available, so you can't have a fire in this area. But it's a pretty sick spot. Thompson Hill is up there, which is one of the most difficult parts of this trail. So we're gonna go and knock that out right now. But just wanted to give you guys a little sneak into what the campsites look like. And they're all pretty similar to this. There's one even that's close to the water. Having a restroom on the trail is always a good sign of a trail that gets maintained quite frequently, just like Rubicon, Fordyce, and whatnot. One thing to also keep in mind is this trail doesn't really have cell phone service anywhere so far. So make sure you save the map so you guys can pick the right lines, not get lost in all the above. But we're gonna continue on. Thompson Hill is next. Let's get it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy KC, you know, laying down on the trail as usual. And we're out here.
As usual.
Well, you always take pictures of me laying down, doing aerobics on my jack. We just hit the big hiccup of the day. And yeah, here it is. So if you look right here, see track bar. And if you look underneath, the mount sheared off of the axle, and if you can see on the coils, they are very twisted. So
Alright, so track bar is going back on. We are just kind of sliding it into its position and ratchet strapping the shit out of it.
One eternity later.
Alrighty, team, good morning. We're here at the next day. We ended up camping here to try to figure out Josh's Jeep. We ended up getting a generator. We got a welder. So we're here now. We're gonna put it all together. Johnny Day is gonna do the welding, and we're just gonna get to work. So they already cleaned up the spot. We have the brakes kind of fixed up. We're gonna put that bad boy back in, weld it all back together, and get it moving. Finish this trail, finish Trifecta, and start driving home. That's the plan. Yeah, we're just gonna do our thing. Let's see how it goes. Alrighty, team, everything's back together now. We're gonna have Josh break it down, what they did, where it broke, and give you all the specifics. Let's get it, Josh.
All right, so Johnny pretty much got this all welded back up with this big bad boy right here. We were able to scavenge bolts and everything from the rest of the suspension. So we got it on now. No steering stabilizer, no other brackets, but it's good enough to wheel. So we'll see how long it makes us.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do now is just kind of clean everything up, make sure that it's working, which should, because we already kind of turned it, flexed it around. But yeah, the next thing we're gonna have to do once we get home is probably cut off that bracket all over again.
Man of the hour.
And get a freshie. But yeah, the man of the hour is over there. He was able to weld us all back together. Actually, you know, shout out to Aaron and Tara and Mark. Those guys came out and basically got home till like 4 in the morning for bringing us a Predator, bringing us welder,
gasoline,
gas,
oil,
like everything instantly too. As soon as I called them and they're like, yeah, we're about it. It was really nice of them to just jump in without even asking questions. They didn't even know who was broke at first, and they just like jumped in and knocked it out. So it's really sick to have a team, a community that's built like that, because we would do it for them and now they're doing it for us. So that's pretty dope. And yeah, so it's all back together. We're gonna finish up the Trifecta and get the hell out of here. Alrighty, team, so we were getting ready to leave camp. We fixed Josh's Jeep, and as you can see, KC taped up a back fucking window here. Honestly, we don't really know how this happened, but this is a PSA. We just filmed it on the in our other camera, but we wanted to show you what went down. KC, talk to the people, man.
yeah, so we're getting ready to load up camp. The truck hasn't moved for probably the last 10 hours. This morning I opened up my truck to clean it out, to start getting ready to load, and then probably, I don't know, maybe an hour ago, I closed it back up, moved it forward, and when we went to start loading, I closed the back window, and everything, the whole window exploded
It
practically.
really
I
did.
mean,
It sounded like somebody either shot it or threw like a rock at it or something. It wasn't like it wasn't a nice crack and then something happened. It was just
it just
a
exploded.
complete
once we
failure. Yeah, once we closed it. So
And there's really nothing that was hitting it because the truck was kind of empty. The door was held open in the full open position.
yeah,
My shock is still good.
yeah. The
So it's not like the door.
yeah, it's not like the back tire or anything hit it. Nothing's moving.
Yeah, I don't have a rear spare, so I don't know. My tent, my table, the 4 tables locked in. My shock's still good. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
But
and it happened
now
here
on
at
my
camp.
top,
You can see it was here. You know, it wasn't like on a trail. We hit a rock or anything like that. There's
I have all
nothing.
my stops and everything.
Yeah, all the stops are still there. The glass still had its stops. The shock still had its stops. So it's kind of a weird coincidence, but just wanted to share it with you guys because we're honest whether we win or lose, and this is a big L for no reason, which sucks.
We weren't even wheeling.
We weren't even wheeling. So not only that, but we also had an issue with the front window, with the body flexing. You got a crack right there, and this one was like, okay, maybe we're flexing pretty hard, it's shifting the body, but honestly a truck of this caliber shouldn't have those kind of issues. So we're gonna see if we can send Ford an email, see if they can help us out with that, because that glass is gonna be really expensive, and nothing again hit it on the freeway or anything like that. And then this happened for no reason also. So we're getting ready to finish this trail, and now we have to deal with this. All right, team, so we're keeping it moving here at Doozy. So from the spot at about 7.5 where we camped to where we're at now, there's a couple obstacles, but honestly it's just small rocky little sections, and then it's a little bit of dirt, silt, and then you come down, and sometimes there's creeks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you from the front again and show you some of the rocky areas, just get you some B-roll, and then we'll get to Thompson Hill today finally and get it out of here. So I think we're about 200 yards from it, and then we'll start it up. Let's go.
Nice job. Alrighty, team, so we finally made it to Thompson Hill, and we're at the bottom of it. So it starts with a couple, you know, articulation rocks, I would say. You come up and over, there's a big rock right there. We're gonna go ahead and ride that high, come down, and then it looks like it just keeps climbing. We did look into the map, and it says it's mile high from the bottom, which is, this is the bottom here. So it's gonna be continuous crawl all the way to the top, and then there's a lake to treat you once you make it there. So we're gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna hit this, and pretty much this is supposed to be the toughest part. So once we get this wrapped up, we're gonna try to boogie through the rest of it to get out of here if we stick around.
crawl up it. Yeah, that's what I said. When I say ramp, because I mean both sides are going to crawl at the same time. Your front, yeah. You didn't have your front lockers on? Okay. So it's just a bunch of dirt trying to grip you up. That's why people piled a bunch of rocks right here. Gotcha. That should do it. Okay, you're gonna climb up. That'll do it. Turn a little, driver. You're off the line a little. You might slip off. Keep a little, driver. Turn your wheels. Okay, right there. Hey, George, your back passenger tire doesn't look like it's touching. It's just spinning. Rear diff, back up. Back up, driver. Come forward, passenger. Hey, Casey, you see these 3 rocks right here? Put your passenger tire on them. Not those 3. What? Turn driver. Come up. Straighten it out a little. Tiny bit this way. There you go. Good line. go. Driver. This tire looks good. Keep it going. There's nothing in front of you right now, except for that.
Alrighty, team, so we're continuing on here at Thompson Hill, and yeah, they were right. Thompson Hill sucks. It's really loose. Everything shifts and moves. You're really tight against trees, so you got to pick like almost like the finesse that perfect line, or else you just start digging. And then you also have gravity working against you because you're climbing up the whole time. So, I mean, other than that, it's really not super tough. It's just that it doesn't give you the room for grip. Like, it air down a lot, hope to have a lot of clearance, and then you go right up. But 35's low clearance, not that much grip. It kind of sucks. The one spicy line right at the center, there's just like zero grip. And again, gravity's working against you. But everybody's making it up. KC just made it up. KC, what do you think about Thompson Hill, dog?
It's tough, man. This whole trail's super tight. And, you know, we got a fucking truck up there on 35 just digging holes.
See how he is? See how this guy is? I have been. I mean, it is. There's a couple times where I got stuck and it dug out a little bit. But we stopped, realigned, tried again. It just... yeah, it's just loose rock, loose dirt, loose everything. So we're gonna finish up and keep it moving.
What's up, guys? So just wanted to give you guys a quick update. We're still on Doozy. We're still working our way out of here. Josh's JK continuing. We still continue to have a couple issues with it. Track bar came off again. We had to weld it. We had the welder come in, took care of it. Then it came off again. So now we've ratchet strapped it, moved a few miles. Doozy definitely is a long, bumpy, rocky trail that you have to really pay attention to. A lot of trees get in the way. You're really uptight, and honestly it's just a lot of boulder after boulder, and if you're not paying attention, things can happen. So I think because we did Rubicon, because we did Fordyce, wheeled hard, the girl got tired, you know, and that's a lot of our rigs. They're all acting up a little bit. Mine was giving me issues with the four-wheel drive system. I had to reset it a few times and then it would work. And then I had like a battery, or I think it was a battery, or either my alternator was having an issue, but I reset that and it started working again. So we are prepared. We have everything we need to start to continue to do what we're doing. But it has been an adventure. It has kicked our ass this last section. And now we're just trying to finish. Right now I'm heading to the end to go pick up the truck and trailer to bring it towards the end. They're finishing the weld. They're going to start driving towards us. And that way we can kind of take care of everything. So content wise, we haven't been able to film a lot because we filmed Thompson, and then we did basically everything else at night. And then from there on, we're here this morning. If there's anything interesting from here to the exit, I'll show you guys that. But we're trying to wrap it up today, get back home, and then we have the Nitto Beach Bash coming up tomorrow. So I'll be taking the Gladiator there. But that's about it, man. There's your update, and we'll see you soon. All right, team, we're continuing on trying to get out of Doozy. We did about, I don't know, maybe 7 miles now, and we're here at Lake Camp Lake. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Good chow. So far, so good. Eli and myself have made it pretty close to the end. We are running out of fuel. That's another big thing you gotta keep in mind when you come and do Doozy, Fordyce, and Rubicon. How long it takes you to get through the trail, if you break down, if you're standing by, all those things come into play. But Lake Camp Lake is here. The way from there to here, it's just rocky boulders. There's tons of rock gardens that you have to go through. You have to pick solid lines. They do beat you up. Definitely what I said at the beginning, it is a marathon. It's not a sprint. This will kick your butt. It's like John Bull, Gold Mountain, Holcomb, Dishpan if you're local to Big Bear. All of those smashed together, that's what Doozy is. And Doozy keeps you on your toes at all times. You can't really even catch any speed because boom, there's rocks right after. The one thing about this place is it's beautiful. There's lakes everywhere. It's green everywhere. And the campsites are pretty sick. They do have restrooms at each of the major ones. But anyways, enough talking. All righty, team. I don't even know what to say. I don't know where to start. There's so many things that are going on right now at this very moment. We were on the way out hours ago and Mr. Eli decided to brake. So he broke the center shaft, broke the axle tube, and now we're trying to drive it down. But it's been a mess. So right now I'm running out of gas. We're gonna go get fuel for Eli, get fuel for myself, and then we're gonna drive back up, figure out how to get him out. He's only about, I don't know, not even half a mile away from the exit, if that, maybe even a quarter, and it's pretty much all fire road. But this is where it ends, man. The entry to Doozy is right there on the opposite side of the spectrum, I guess you could say. But Rubicon, Fordyce, Doozy, back to back. The Bronco kind of survived. We're gonna talk about pretty much everything it went through, damages, repairs, body, you name it. We're gonna talk about it all, including the rest of the team and how they did, because you guys have seen by now. You've seen some carnage, you've seen the things that have happened, and there's a lot to talk about. So make sure you tune into the podcast. Make sure you keep watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy this whole Trifecta series. It's been a mission. There's a lot of things we couldn't even record. It was dark. Sometimes when you're with a lot of people for that long a time, we just trying to get shit done to go to get some rest to start the next trail. And we missed a lot of things. So we finished. We're going to wrap this up. We'll go back, help Eli, go home. I got to be up in like 5 hours. Not even that. I have to be ready for a show in like 10 hours, and I'm 5 hours away from home, so I'm probably not gonna sleep to go to the little beach bash thing with Magnuson, so I would have done that already. And man, Trifecta though, maybe we do it every year. They kicked our ass a little bit, we kicked his ass even more. First Bronco 2-door to do Fordyce, first one to run a few of those wind chills. I did have to wind chill a couple times because I lost steering, so I did break the rack finally, but we'll get into all of that. We'll talk about damages and everything else, but she survived. Trifecta complete. Thank you for sticking around. What's up, guys? Just wanted to add some more context to this video. They closed out kind of weird towards the end there. Like I said, we had Eli that was completely stuck on one of the obstacles and he was broken. So I ended up leaving there, and I wanted to give you guys some context just in case you don't listen to the podcast right now. We do have a podcast, by the way. Go check it out. It's called The Gatekeepers Podcast. It is on Apple Music and it's also on Spotify. So make sure you check that out, because we did break down some of the behind the scenes stuff that you didn't see on the videos. As we recorded and as this Trifecta continued, you can see that we started getting a little bit beat up, a little worn out, and there were sections where we just didn't even put a camera out, which is honestly my fault and should be a little bit better there, just so we can bring you around to pretty much everything that happened. So I vouch to be better when it comes to that part, but I did want to break it down because there is some stuff that was missed in the video that happened during and splitting up for that first section, because everything was supposed to be okay. So I'm gonna give you guys some backstory real quick just to kind of fill in those gaps. And then, but yeah, the trifecta did get finished. Myself, KC, Josh, Eli, Mike, Johnny Dang was with us, Ashley, Monica. We all got through all 3 of the trails with some damages, with some minor things that had to get fixed. But all in all, we made it out and we're here, man. So Doozy was one of the tougher ones only because we had the issues and in the long distance. So going back to this video, where I cut off is basically where, again, Eli was broken. He was stuck on a rock. I ended up leaving to pick up the trailer. I went, it was like a 2-hour drive there to the trailer, maybe like an hour and a half back. So once I got back, I had some fuel. I took it up to Eli, got him freed up, got him back to the trailer. And then I already had certain things I had to do. On Saturday, I had to be at the KMC Jeep Bash thing that was here in Huntington with Magnus, and so we had certain things that had to get done on the business side of the whole channel. So I had to drop off the truck, get Eli out, and then start heading out. So during that time, I got a phone call, you know, saying that they were running out of gas, and we were trying to figure out that whole situation. But between the video where it cuts off and I take off, the way that it happened was we fixed the track bar, we got through we got through Thompson Hill, finished all of that. We went like about, I don't know, another mile and a half or so, and then the track bar broke again. We ratchet strapped it, got it for another mile and a half or so, and then it broke again. And then we tried welding it, but when you were at Doozy, there's a certain areas where there's brush and stuff, so we wanted to make sure we were safe. There was a section where we talk about this on the podcast where Josh backs up, and then he was getting a negative current connector touching and rubbing against the frame, which caused a small fire. We were able to pull it off right away because we did have fire extinguishers and we were ready with all of that stuff. But because that happened, it ended up melting one of the negatives that grounds the block to the body. So that caused a little bit of an issue because I think it messed up his alternator and his battery. He had very little charge from there on, so it was causing him issues pretty much the rest of the trail. So a lot of the guys didn't talk about this on here, but he was driving without headlights. He was driving with a very low current through his electrical system, which was causing his lockers not to work, things of that nature. But he ended up getting off the trail. Casey ended up breaking another tie rod, which was a tie rod that was not fitting correctly, so we kind of already knew that was going to happen. We just didn't know when. We had to swap that one back out. So between all of these little small breaks in between the, I would say, the 15th mile and then the finish line, it added another 2 days to our run. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's something that, you know, again, didn't show off on the video. I also had drone shots from some of the lakes that were there, but I ended up reformatting my card on accident and I lost it all, so I wasn't able to show you that. So Doozy's definitely is another trail that I do have on my list to go do again. Even though we were able to knock it out, I still want to go back, take my time with it, and really get you guys better content when it comes to like the showcasing of the trail, because I think still it's a pretty sick trail, definitely worth doing. I think it would be fun, like a 3 or 4 day run, taking your time and not trying to blast through the whole thing. We marked it down as a cool down run, and that was our mistake because it really wasn't a cool down run. It was just constant beating, really super tight, and it made us work for it, man. It definitely made us work. You know, the biggest headache was the track bar, not having a welder on deck. We did have one at the beginning of the trail, which came in clutch. Shout out to Louis, he's the one that had it, but we should have probably taken that from him so we had it on the trail if we needed it. The track bar breaking really wasn't a huge, like, it's not something that's like, you know, if it happens here at home, it's something we fix right away and keep it moving. But because of the location and where we were at, it caused a kind of a big headache. But other than that, I mean, Josh got it back. I know right now he's working on putting a brand new mount on it because it was pretty mangled up. And then once that track bar goes in, the truck was kind of doing okay. We swapped out, I think he did a couple things that got fried during the electrical issue, but the JK is okay. Casey's rear window exploded. Again, we really don't know why that happened. If you guys have seen it before, let me know. I've never seen it, and he's never seen it. So that was one of the things that we dealt with. And then obviously tie rods issues were a normal IFS thing. The only thing that sucked was we didn't have the tie rods that are supposed to be on it, so it caused even more problems. I know now he has RPG ones, so by the time you watch this video, he has already replaced his glass, already has RPG tie rods, and his truck is running semi-okay. There was a couple more things that got messed up, like a module for his goat modes got crushed in by one of the rocks, so we have to replace that thing. And then on the Bronco, mine lost a diff mount, so the diff mount that comes factory got ruined as we were wheeling out. So another thing to take in consideration too, my Bronco went back out about, I don't know, 12 miles or so, so it actually did 24 more miles than everybody else. When it came to Doozy, it's something that Josh had to do last year. It's just one of those things. You never know what's going to happen. But I wanted to give you some more backstory because there is a lot of chunks in there that are missing. But shout out to everybody that stuck around through the trifecta. Johnny for all the work. Eli for sticking through with it. Mike for bringing brand new and just trusting the whole group and staying around, man. Huge shout out to you. Everybody that joined us during the Rubicon and whoever stayed around for Fordyce. Limitless, we had Daniel, we had Louie, we have Ao. Just everybody, man. Everybody that joined us on this trip. I know it's not easy to take the time off and to join us on things like this, but when you do have the opportunity to come and join us, we will get you in and out of trails. Sometimes it doesn't go as smoothly as you think, but it's part of the adventure, you know, and we are built for this. Shout out to everybody. Again, appreciate you guys. Go watch the latest episodes if you haven't already. Trail Hero is here, so we'll be posting everything from Trail Hero pretty much that we did this past week to get you guys caught up. Go listen to all the podcasts. They're really, really good. And we'll have Magnuson on tomorrow's, and we're just going to have a good old time, man. But appreciate you. The trifecta is completed. If any of you guys have done the trifecta or anything similar to that and it challenged the shit out of you, comment below. Let us know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free, and it helps us a ton. And then if you really want to support us some more, you can check out patreon.com/Trail Militia, and you can check out some of the tiers and support the channel and continue to help us grow, man. Honestly, it's what keeps the rest of the channel running. But it does help, and it does help us support the rest of these things. I do want to get new t-shirts out, new hats out, and things of that nature, so everything helps. More importantly, make sure that the content is there and that you guys enjoy it. If not, let us know what we can do better. But thank you again. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, all that good stuff. Check out the podcast if you haven't already. The Gatekeepers, once again, it's on Spotify, and it is on Apple Music. And we'll see you next time. Trail Heroes coming up. Let's go grab it.